There comes a moment, not loud, not dramatic, but deeply honest, when you begin to ask, where did I come from? Really? Not just physically, not just biologically, but at the level of being. Let's begin, without assumptions. You are here, a conscious being, on a small planet, in a universe that began, according to modern science, with an event we call the Big Bang. From that singular moment, space expanded, matter formed, stars ignited, planets emerged, and eventually, life. A quiet reminder. You did not come into existence disconnected. You came from something. Through a process described by Charles Darwin, simple organisms evolved, adapted, and became complex. Over billions of years, biology became awareness. And now, here you are. A collection of atoms, once forged in stars, now asking, why do I exist? Life has a way of making us forget. We become absorbed in roles, responsibilities, expectations. We learn to define ourselves by what we do, what we achieve, what others think. And slowly, the deeper question fades, not because it is answered, but because it is ignored. Neuroscience adds another layer. It suggests your thoughts, your decisions, your sense of self are the result of neural activity. Patterns firing in the brain. Some even argue free will itself may be an illusion, that what you call choice is simply the brain arriving at outcomes before you become aware of them. And then there is another idea, the possibility that reality itself is not fundamental, that what you experience as the physical world could be a kind of simulation, a constructed environment, not unlike a game. And suddenly, the question deepens. Are you a biological accident? A deterministic system? A player in a simulation? Or something else entirely? Existential philosophers faced this uncertainty directly. They did not offer easy answers. They stood in the absence of certainty and asked, if nothing is given meaning, then what is a human being? You are aware. Right now, you are not just matter. You are experiencing. And that experience cannot be reduced so easily. Because even if your thoughts arise from the brain, you are aware of those thoughts. Even if reality is a simulation, you are the one experiencing it. Even if everything has a physical explanation, the presence of awareness itself remains unexplained. And this is where the question shifts, not outward, but inward. What is this awareness? Where does it come from? Is it merely a byproduct, or is it something more fundamental? Across time, this question has followed humanity. And in different ways, some of the greatest minds have pointed toward a similar truth. Plotinus, the philosopher of the One, wrote, "We are not cut off from the source, but have a presence there. Not separate, not abandoned, but still connected, in a way that is easy to forget." Centuries later, Meister Eckhart said, "The eye with which I see God is the same eye with which God sees me." A strange idea, that the boundary we feel between ourselves and the divine may not be as solid as it seems. Even Rumi expressed it simply, "You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. Different voices, different centuries. Yet something consistent emerges. The philosophers spoke about it, the mystics pointed toward it. But ultimately, this is not something you accept because someone else said it. This awareness is not separate from the source. That what you are, at the deepest level, is not just the result of the universe, but an expression of it, not outside it, not disconnected, but arising from the same ground of existence that gave birth to everything. Call it consciousness, call it the source, call it the unknown. The name does not matter. What matters is this. You are not just observing the universe, Palm, is becoming aware of itself through you. That, whatever the origin, whatever the mechanism, there is something profoundly real about the fact that you are here, aware, asking these questions. And that alone may be the beginning of understanding who you truly are.